Hello, my name is Kasper Hegström. I'm a film director based in Oslo, Norway.
Nå kan man se litt som deg. Men du husker ikke bevege på deg sånn at du først sitter her og så der. For jeg kan ikke snu kamera. Som helst, og du må stå sånn.
Ha det. Tusen takk, Ville. I made Perry about, I think, might be 10 years ago. Didn't have any experience at the time. I was just recently retired from career of making snowboard films, and that was the only thing I knew. So that video was basically how I would make my snowboard films, which is, film it myself and edit and grade and everything. So at first it was just a very stylized film about these skaters going on this cabin trip, and I thought that was good enough. And then I sort of panicked in the edit when I saw how boring it was. So I called my friend Frederick Perry up, and we decided to do this little phone sequence where he plays the guy who was not allowed to join, or they didn't invite, even though he wanted to join.
Det er Perry her. Jeg hørte at du skulle på hyttetur som med Valle og deg. Så tenkte jeg bare spørre om jeg kunne bli med, for at det ser jævlig kult ut. Det skjer jo ikke så mye I Oslo nå om dagen også.
It also, we worked with a composer and musician called André Bratten, who would later sort of introduce me to his label, and that would introduce me to Kelly Lee Owens, and that was basically the start of my music video career.
Hvordan var det egentlig du fikk den dealen? Å lage musikkvideo for Kelly Owens?
Kelly Lee Owens.
Ja, når var det liksom dere pratet sammen?
Vi har ikke pratet sammen.
Så hun vet ikke at du driver med det?
Nei, ikke så vidt jeg vet. Det er ingen som takker nei til en gratis musikkvideo, eller?
This was my first official music video, and it's about two guys pretending to make an official music video. Prior to this video, I'd made a lot of comedy sketches, and so I used the two characters. The actors are from the Norwegian comedy scene, so I would try to make the video as I would make a comedy sketch, and I think that was my approach at that time, just trying to make it as funny as possible.
Hi, Kelly Lee Owens. My name is Steinar Kløman Hallert, and this is my friend Erlend, who's done a lot of editing work and is the cameraman, actually, on what? Your new music video. Because we made you a new music video that we would hope could be your official music video. We have used, I would think, 3 to 4 days on this music video, and just roll the tape. Enjoy.
Are you sliten I beina? It's day 2 of trying to finish this interview. My kids are sleeping and I got a haircut. As you might tell, I'm not very good at talking about my videos, especially in this setting. I don't like to overanalyze or intellectualize them, especially with a lot of these videos that are made in such a rush, in a very brief period of time. It's a bit difficult to tap into that mindset of what was happening at that time, which usually was just desperately trying to not make something bad. But anyways, I will try to answer the rest of the questions as brief and entertaining as possible. Lindström, on a clear day, I can see you forever. I'm a big fan of Lindström, so this project was really exciting. I wanted this video to feel sort of grand and visually very pleasing, and then to have that sort of as a contrast to this naive sort of heist idea. I remember talking to Andreas Bjørseth, the cinematographer, about Jerry and how that seemed, to me at least, seemed like a very effortless way to make something last for an hour. I think we were really lucky with the weather, and I think also the sort of tone in the video was set with pretty much in the pre-production. I would storyboard with a storyboard artist called Temple Clark, and we would approach the idea more as a comedy, and so we try to make each scene as funny as possible, and then from there I took it to Daniel Wollheim, my cinematographer, and he would approach it as, you know, more artistic, and I think the sort of combination of those two set the tone perfectly for me. Flight, I found this really strange car, this like basically like a very ugly version of the car that's in the video in Norway, and I showed it to the... Yeah, the idea was to sort of have it, I don't know, I just wanted to make like normal story with a very strange element. Also just test for myself to see if I can make something that's just feels normal and feels human, and also to have something really awkward in there. The car can't drive both ways. It's designed to point both ways, but it only goes one way.
Under the covers I read in the dark, feeling you, feeling my heart.
I think I'm gonna answer this question at my office tomorrow morning. As you can see in the background, there's some awards. They're not mine, but who cares?
Rising in the creek, the foxes in their lairs. Oh, the rain, the rain, the rain. Thank God the rain.
I think it was about 4 or 5 days before the shoot. I didn't have an idea, but we had booked Michael Sheen, and I was sort of in my head just picturing this horrible performance video with him in the background for some reason. So I sat up one night and just started to think in the opposite direction, and that toast idea came up.
The rain, the rain, the rain. Thank God the rain. The rain.
For me, that just sort of made the video much better, because that's sort of how I like my videos to be, sort of where the theme sort of works as a contrast to the song, rather than having a video that sort of fits the song perfectly, because I feel like at that point, to me at least, it sort of just blends in and becomes nothing, and I just wanted to make something that was worth Michael Sheen's time and my time and Kelly Lee Owens' time. Yeah, hopefully I get to do more videos like that in the future, and now some colleagues are looking at me, and I think I'm gonna turn this off and say goodbye, and goodbye.